Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well, and that if you've been affected by Storm Eunice that you're safe and that there's not been a lot of damage. We are really lucky, I have to say. We've had no snow, we had no high winds, and even the storm before Eunice, was it Dudley? Pardon me, the winds were nowhere near as strong as they said they were going to be up here on the East Coast, so we've been very, very fortunate. So it's cold, I have to say it is cold. I've got a window open, but the window may be being shut quite quickly. But yeah, so storm wise we're safe and we're okay, so that's really good. Week wise, what's it been like? It's been productive in some ways, frustrating in others. Still struggling to find participants in my study and getting more and more stressed and anxious about it. It's like, I want this done and dusted, if I'm totally honest. And I just want the participants to appear, and there we go. And it's just taking, this part of it's taking a lot more out of me than I expected, but hey, that's the way things go. I have 3 parts of my thesis with my supervisor at the moment, so it's basically I'm on dead space at the moment, but what I'm actually doing with it is I'm spending the time doing background reading, which is really productive, and hope that will be good. So there's kind of positive and negative to uni at the moment, but that's fine. I can, in more I can cope with it. It's just frustrating, and it you just think, oh. Part of it's like, well, why bother? But it'll be good when it's done. Once I get the participants and we get the study done, I will be really, really happy. But reading wise, it's been a good week, but slow in some ways, and I'll explain why in a minute. First book I'm reading is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is a reread for me. I'm rereading this as a buddy read with Rebecca, the Colourful Book Nester, and so far I've still got today's chapters to read, but I'm on chapter 19, so I am loving being back in this world. I'm loving going back to the very beginning of it and seeing how it all unfolds. I'm also really enjoying getting Rebecca's perspective as well. And she's going, oh, I wish such, and I'm like, well, kind of hold your horses a bit. That will be explained later on. Knowing what happens is like, it's very hard for me to sort of, in some ways, discuss bits and pieces because I don't want to give away what comes next. But no, I'm really, really enjoying it. And, it's definitely always going to be a very, very much a favourite trilogy of mine, this one. So I'm reading this, but in conjunction, I've picked up The World of All Souls. And I've got that far through, I've got that to go. I am really, what was saying, that's what I've got to go. I've read that, but I've got this to go. I am really enjoying it. It's pretty heavy going though, because you're getting an awful lot of information. We've already had 2 snippets of bits that were deleted from both A Discovery of Witches and Shadow of Night. So that's been really nice to get those 2 chapters, but it's really, really interesting, and you're getting these kind of diagrams as well, and where's the start of a chapter? Kind of there's the chapter I'm on science, so that's what you get. And then later on, I think we've got even better even more diagrams when we've got sort of the actual house and stuff like this. So it's, you get things like that. I mean, these are just beautiful. So I'm really enjoying it, but I'm finding I'm not getting much read in a day or in a night. I mean, this has got, how many pages on it? 484, and it's taken me till last night to get to 278. So that kind of shows you just how slowly I'm having to read this, because there's just so much information being thrown at me, but I am really, really enjoying it. So I decided I needed something different. And I decided I didn't want to actually read in bed because I've been doing so much reading. So I picked up an audiobook, and I picked up Hooked on You by Catherine Fuller. And we meet Riley, who is coming back to her hometown because her grandmother has hurt her leg. Her grandmother is in her 70s and hurt her leg sliding into third base at softball. Go Nana, that's all I'm saying. And her nan runs this knitting and crochet shop, yarn shop. And Riley hasn't been back to her hometown since she graduated high school. And the only reason she's coming back is because Nanny needs her help to run the shop. Riley discovers that the shop is not really in that great a condition, and neither is Nana's house, and there needs to be work done to it. And she meets Hayden, who's helping his father run the local hardware store. Hayden was a pro softball player or baseball player, but hurt his shoulder in his first pro game and can no longer play pro. So he's come home, and Riley used to have a big crush on Hayden when she was at school. And she's kind of embarrassed about her background for various reasons. But she's beginning to learn to open up to people, and that people want to be her friend, and that they're not a threat to her, or so she thinks. And then something happens that basically Hayden just wants to run away. Not Hayden, Riley wants to run away and just ditch all the relationships that she's built. And, you know, that's where I'm at the moment. I've got about 4 chapters left. I am assuming that all will be well in the end. But I am really enjoying listening to it. It's a nice thing just to lie in bed at night and read. So yeah, so that's kind of what my reading's been like this week. You know, more slow paced than it has been, which I'm fine about. I don't mind. And then just sort of, we'll see what the weekend brings. Once I finish the audiobook, I think I'll get it finished tonight. I'll maybe pick up a physical book and just sort of see where I go from there. I've got a book that I need to some books for review for next month, so I may start picking them up and reading those, and then that I know that's they've been read and I'll review them. But that's kind of it for my reading this weekend. You know, more discovery of witches, and you know, just enjoy the experience of being back in the All Souls world. It would be really nice. But please let me know down below what you've been reading this week and what your reading plans are for the weekend. I'd really like to know. Were you caught in Storm Eunice and Dudley? If so, I hope please let me know you're okay. What else am I going to do this weekend? There's rugby on. There's always rugby on, so I think I will definitely be watching that. I may give myself a break from reading as well, and I want to make myself a cross stitch project bag. I've seen them online and they're lovely, but I think I've got plenty of material here. I can make my own, so I may start making my own one. And I have a cross stitch project that I may start as well. So I've got plenty of things that are going to keep me occupied while I'm still snuggled and safe at home and warm and cozy. But that's it for this video, friends. Please let me know down in the description what you plan to do this weekend. I'd really like to know. But whatever you do, stay safe and happy reading. Bye.